Hi, and welcome to this episode of Boss Moves and Benefits with Custom Benefit Consultants. This is Ken Ball, president of CBC. I'm here with Robin Ball, founder and CEO. And Robin, I'm excited about this episode because this is going to be the very first in what is going to be a series and kind of meet the colleagues of CBC and Control Source. And we're starting off with, I think, someone who's maybe perfect for this setting, Lisa Park, who's been a longtime colleague here at CBC. She's been through ups, she's been through downs, she's seen the growth, super experienced. And I'm going to say, at the risk of perhaps ticking off some of her team members, I'm just going to call her the queen of small benefits here at CBC, small group benefits.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you.
I mentioned, Lisa's been with us for quite a long time and, very much entrenched in what we try to achieve in terms of familial culture here. We've been camping, we've been hiking, we've been to games, we've been on cruises. And so, proud to call Lisa a friend and a colleague. And with that, everyone, I want to introduce Lisa Park. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Lisa.
So just to expand on the context a little bit, Lisa works on our small group team. She is, as it pertains to the CBC Health Insurance Marketplace for Costco members, what we refer to as a healthcare ambassador. Part of her role is engaging folks that are shopping, enrolling, looking for small group health plans. And she does that for both folks that are coming. She does that for folks that are coming to us from all different types of channels, but certainly a lot of experience with the Costco program in particular. But just a couple backgrounder questions. I guess from your perspective, how would you describe your background, Lisa? And how did you end up joining us in the first place? Where did you come from?
Well, I had a history. Hi, everybody. I had a history going back in sales, managing businesses, running businesses. Kind of got out of that, went into the whole loan scene, which required me to get a license to sell life insurance. Didn't feel a love for that. And so that's when my parents owned a business, learned about your guys' product line. And then I called you guys up, learned that you guys were hiring, came on, and it's been my home ever since. I've been here since 2005. Love it here. Couldn't imagine being anywhere else. And I specialize in the small group marketplace. That is my love, my passion. I can do a little bit of everything else, but that is where I think I succeed in the most.
I think where our agents and ambassadors really perform well is that you have a unique challenge that you're just not in one market, right, Lisa? You are supporting small business owners nationally. And it is very unique to learn about all the different carriers, all the different plan designs, the networks, and what works for that particular group, because there's certainly small business challenges. Like, what do you see are the biggest challenges when small group employers start talking to you about benefits?
I think the first thing most people want to do is everybody wants to take care of their employees. They're there to take care of them. They want to take care of them back. But financially, it's costs a burden to run a business, offer benefits, take care of employees, and try to make all of that work, make everybody happy. I think that's where I specialize in trying to hear what their needs are, try to figure out what their budgets are, finding the plans that would make everybody happy while keeping everybody's budgets under control. And I think I succeed really well in that area. But that is the one thing when they're coming to me, because I deal with the groups under 50, trying to find people to care enough to listen to their needs, finding the right plans, just going through all those ins and outs, trying to understand it. A lot of times it's their first time doing benefits. Those are my favorite people. I love teaching you guys from the beginning to the end. And by the time I'm usually done, I usually make you feel like an agent. You'll know everything in and out when it comes to benefits. And I think I succeed very well in that area.
That's an interesting take. And, I'm curious. One of my ongoing bad jokes is, I love to say that I would gladly take my problems 10 years ago over my problems today. And I say that within the context of work and employee benefits in particular, because things changed so often, so frequently. And the regulatory challenges, compliance challenges, et cetera, have really changed the way we do business, no matter what channel we're in, individual, small group, large group. So all of that to say, how would you describe how the needs of small businesses have changed since you started and over the years?
I would say mostly the the budget. Employees are demanding more and more benefits because that's at the end of the day, that's hurting them. Trying to see a doctor, making sure they can afford to do it. That's a concern for the employees, employers, trying to find and meet all those needs. And it's been a challenge because rates have been going up over the years. But now we got more and more product lines that are out that are dropping the cost, especially when you're a healthier, customizing plans. There's so much we can do out there than just what's straight out in the fully marketplace that was out for a long time. And I have say until the last 5 to 6 years, we got these new product lines that are saving groups a ton of money, giving them the benefits that they want to provide to their employees at a cost-effective way. And I think that is the biggest change I've been noticing over the last 20 years. My goodness, 20 years of doing this. And that's what I've been kind of learning over the years. It's just the changes, the budget, making everybody happy and
Qualifying mom and pop.
qualifying them. Yeah.
Those are big challenges. Do you want to hit on that real quick on like what structures are compliant with a small group plan if you're going to set up your business to qualify for small group?
Depending on the state.
Yeah.
Every state varies. I know there's a lot of husband and wife companies out there that are looking to get benefits for themselves through their business. And you guys, there's a few states that are still kind that way. It's not very many. There's about 3, 4 in the top of my head. But most states that I work in, they're going to require one full-time W-2 employee that has no ownership in the business and not the spouse. That's all I really need. After that, I can go running. You tell me what you need for yourself, for your employees. A lot of carriers will let us find the design to fit your needs as well as your employees. Not everybody has to have the same product, same plan. There's a lot we can do to make everybody happy. And that's one thing I really enjoy about the small group marketplace is the way I can customize policies or budgets to fit everybody's needs.
I think another hole in the boat too is that we do have custom dental, vision, and voluntary products, and we can do that dental and vision on a voluntary basis to kind of round out a small group employer's plans without having that financial contribution. Why do you think groups take voluntary coverages like that, or why do you think the ones that don't elect it would not want to, or what is the pushback that you're getting on those that don't?
Luckily for me, I don't get a lot of pushback when it comes to dental and vision. So we have this amazing Emeritus policy that we rolled out a while ago now. I think it's been about 5, 6 years. I'm losing track of time. Anyways, what I like about those lines is I only need 2 members enrolling. It could be a husband and wife. It could be owners only. It could be employees. They can make it fully voluntary. So if they have an employee that comes on and they want those benefits, they now have it in the lines to be able to present it to those employees. No participation rules. And that's what's been great about that product line, plus its price point, better than anything I've seen out there. And I quote a lot of different carriers, and I can strongly say they're on average probably a good 20% cheaper than most carriers out there that I quote. And the fact that they'll write husband and wife and family ran businesses, which is really impossible to find anywhere else, makes it very unique to our marketplace.
So let's stay here for just a minute. So what you're describing are the custom products that we have with Emeritus that are exclusive to the CBC Health Insurance Marketplace for Costco members. And in particular, these are filings that were designed especially for Costco members. And they include dental and vision plans. But, a lot of our focus is the CBC Health Insurance Marketplace for Costco members and the expectation of member value. I can tell you that we just had, the opportunity to spend some time up in the Costco corporate offices, interact with the folks that oversee our program, interact with other services like life insurance, pet insurance, point of service machines, etc. And the topic of conversation is consistently member value and how do we build that within our products and services, and how do we expand on that. So I guess describe your experience in interacting with Costco members and what their expectations are.
It's the added value, the service. Honestly, everybody knows when you go to Costco, you're going to get service that's outstanding you don't find at any other company. And I think we do a very well job at bringing that on into our company too. I treat everybody like you're my own family member. I'm going to hear your needs, make sure I find everything to fit your needs if possible, just like I would do myself or any of my family members. And I think that's what makes us different. We do treat you like family because in my eyes, you are my family. I'm going to treat you as such. Another thing to piggyback off the Emeritus plan, what makes that plan also unique is to make a plan voluntary, they usually charge more in take back benefits. We don't do that on our plans. That's another huge Costco value that I don't see elsewhere.
It's one of the ways that I describe those Emeritus products. And it's interesting because personally, I work in a consultative role on a larger and oftentimes self-funded plans. And the thing, if I had to sum up the value that's embedded in those Emeritus plans, it's that you're bringing a level of benefits that we typically find in companies that have 100, 500, 1,000 or more employees, and we're bringing those levels of benefits down to an offering of only two, which, I mean, you can describe it better than me, but I feel like we just don't see those benefit levels and that rich of a plan offered at that group size, and certainly not without paying an exorbitant premium.
100% agree. I do run a lot of different carrier quotes, and to get these rates down, you usually have to have well over 30 to 50 employees enrolling just to get these rates down for a two-life group, which is very unique to our marketplace.
So yeah, the Emeritus products have a ton of value embedded. They've been a great partner, and very much in concert with much of the ethos of Costco and their salmon story, that they're constantly bringing to us ideas of how we can enhance these products, kind of continuous quality improvement. And the dental and vision products have been just a winner, not just for us, but really for the Costco members, which is part of what we're charged with doing. But that said, we all have to agree that it's health insurance and it's medical that kind of drives the train for us, right? Most people come shopping for medical insurance, health insurance. And then the dental and the vision are ancillary or supplemental. That said, a couple of years ago, likewise, we were able to invest in and develop a custom medical product called Level Funded Advantage. So, talk about your experience with LFA, how people perceive it, and some of the value that's built in there.
Okay, I love these level funded plans, and this has been a game changer for my groups. These are on average 30 to 40% cheaper in most marketplaces that I quote in, cheaper than guaranteed issue plans or what we call fully funded plans. We're going to use a lot of terminology. So when we call fully funded plans, those are the plans that are guaranteed issue. It comes with a pretty little price tag. If you have cancer, they have to take you. Our level funded plans, they do medical underwriting. So if you're healthy, you can save an insane amount of money on premiums, get an amazing product line. I love these design plans that we have laid out for our members. Really good copays, great doctors network, a great discount when you go to Costco pharmacies, some of the best prices I've ever seen on prescription drugs through these programs. And what's really unique about these is they are a contracted plan, but at the end of your contract, you have a high chance of getting some money back, which is something that doesn't happen on most of those policies out there that people are enrolling on, the fully funded.
That's true. And I think the other big advantage is like we've seen the renewals, come in super competitive. And so we have high 90% retention and we're running way under trend of where the ACA plans are in most markets. And so when, you're a client of ours and it starts going on 4, 5, 6 years and you're running under 6 to 10% of what the ACA plans on, you find yourself in a very different position, down the road with these plans. Pre-ACA, we had a program in Washington for Costco, and when ACA happened, it was just a 60% increase to go to the market. And we're kind of seeing those trends now that we're able to manage that trend line much better long-term as well.
No, I agree with you. And the added values that we put into these policies, especially on the copay plans, like free labs, free telehealth. These are just things you don't see on any other policies out there. Having the same copay for primary care and specialty doctors, never see that on any other plans out there. Very low copays. These plan designs are very well put together for our Costco members, very unique and very well price point.
That's awesome. I really appreciate the description, especially from your seat, meaning that, you are quoting, enrolling, interacting with these products every single day, discussing them with members, getting their feedback. And I think it speaks a lot to the diligence that went into creating those products, that you feel so strongly about their value. and that the members understand that as you're able to describe that to them. One thing that occurs to me throughout the course of our conversation is, we're talking about what you enjoy in terms of helping folks, talking about the inherent challenges that companies have from, escalating price points, underwriting rules relative to eligibility, and a lot of the quote mom and pop companies that come to us and they're shopping because they're typically underrepresented. So I say all that again for some context and just to tee you up, Lisa, to say, if you could give one piece of advice to a small business owner as it pertains to benefits, how would you guide them? What would it be?
First and foremost, once you go on our website, we run the quotes live. You'll see a lot of plan options. It will be overwhelming. I can promise you that. Just don't walk away. Give us a call. We love to help you guys out. We can ask you questions. We might have something that's available for you that we're not showing online because it can be so overwhelming. So please give us a call out. Let us talk with you. Give us a chance to find and customize plans that will fit your needs. And we can do that with a 15-20 minute conversation. All of us agents have calendars, so you can schedule times with us. Give you our direct phone number. We want you to reach us. We give you our direct email address so you can email us directly. We want to help you guys. So give us a chance and reach out to us directly when you run those quotes online. And if you have questions, we will make this easy.
I guess that's something that we didn't say in the positive way is that they do have the ability to go on our site, Costco Quote or CBC INS, and run their quotes for themselves. They can do contribution modeling. They can select plans. They can export a proposal. So all that said, there's a lot. It's a very, very robust quoting platform. Sometimes it helps to have somebody like Lisa kind of step you through and tell you the advantages of carriers, networks, and plan designs.
100%. The networks out there can be overwhelming for us, even agents. Of course, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm comfortable with it. But it can be overwhelming. So if we can feel a little overwhelmed, I can't even imagine what everybody on the day in and day out basis is feeling. Let us help you out with that. We do know what works well in almost every marketplace. And if I don't know, I have a rep I can go to, and I will make sure you get the right network, your doctors, your hospitals. Very important to make sure everybody's lined up. People don't think about that when they're picking out a plan. They're focusing on rates first, not plan designs. Then they don't even think about their hospital. They don't think about their doctors. These are things I'm going to bring up to make sure everything's lined up. So when you have to use your insurance, you have the best experience possible with the lowest out-of-pocket costs for using your insurance. And that's where we come in, and I know we all shine at.
I told you she was the queen. Look at
Well, I like that she doesn't talk in acronyms like us.
Yes.
She makes it very understandable.
We have been accused of speaking a foreign language.
Yeah.
As it pertains to...
Well, we love our initials, and I know that.
Lisa, talk a little bit about ICHRA. I mean, that's a big buzzword right now. There's some great advantages for employers that just want to dip their toe in the water and could manage their contributions where it's not mandatory under 50. And then there's some challenges too with individual marketplace going up. In 2026, it looks like an 18% median increase on individual plan designs. The small group markets are not getting those types of increases. So can you talk to us about how you steer from ICHRA to small business and vice versa, and what strategies might be for 2026?
Oh, yes. Let me help you guys out. ICHRA is really awesome in the sense that when you're doing a small group employer plan, you're not by law required to do this. But once you do, you are required to pay at least half of the employee's premiums to the lowest plan offered. This is where we're going to help you guys out with phone calls, okay? Now, with ICHRA, you don't have to do that. You can set up anything that fits your budget. So that's a big, huge pro to ICHRA is that you can set up your contribution. You can also, if you want, allow amount of money to go towards like their copays and deductibles. And this is all perk to an employee. And that's a huge, huge perk to ICHRA. Drawback, individual marketplace. It's great for a lot of people, but for a lot of people, the networks are not as strong as the small group side. You cannot get a real size PPO network. They only exist in the small group marketplace where you get a national network, a huge network. If you do see a PPO plan on the individual marketplace, it's only for your state. A lot of people don't understand that. So it's important to understand the different networks from individual and family versus small group. Another big thing a lot of people don't know, small group insurance. When you get your effective date approved, those plans and those rates are locked in for 12 months. On the individual marketplace, it starts over in January. It doesn't matter if you started your policy in November, it's starting over again in January. So any rate changes, you're going to get affected on those starting January 1st. Where on group insurance, you're locking in those rates for 12 months. That's a huge difference for a lot of my
That's a
groups.
great
And so
point.
for huge point, yeah, I deal with this all the time with my groups. And the fact that maybe they have an employee that lives in a state where they don't have a lot of options for the individual marketplace, or they're really expensive. The group insurance, we can usually work out the budgets for their employees, pick out different plan designs to fit everybody's needs and budget. So the flexibility I have with most carriers in every state, I usually can make a policy work on a group side and still make it affordable for the group. And when they hire an employees, I guarantee to offer them good plan designs with a great network for an affordable rate, in my book. So ICRA is great for some of my groups. Small group tends to be a stronger suit just for those reasons I listed. Being able to lock into 2025 plans and rates for 12 months is huge. And the networks, especially if you have employees in other states, they usually need a larger network and they like those PPO networks. That's what I've been running into when I'm talking to groups, when I'm showing them the individual versus small business.
So it's clear, Lisa, that you have a ton of experience, a wealth of knowledge. You love helping people. When we look at it through the lens of kind of career path, what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned in your career so far?
I think from talking to groups for 20 years is they don't feel like a lot of people care about them when they have less than 5 employees. They feel like nobody wants to help them out. And I think that's where I shine in. I love starting off with companies that never did insurance before. I love teaching them. I love explaining them all the different options out there because there is so many of it, so many plans out there that is going to fit their needs and their budget. And they just don't know because they don't have anybody that was willing to take 15, 20 minutes of their time to sit there and explain to them, hey, look what we can do for you. Did you know this is available? They had no clue. And I think that's something that I excel in. And then because of our Costco proprietary plans that are really awesome for our members, the ancillary benefits with BCS, which we didn't even talk about, and our Emeritus dental and vision plans, those are so unique, price point so well. And I want to touch on that BCS. That
Please.
is an essential care plan that we offer. It is by far the best price plan I've ever seen out there. And I have quoted this with multiple carriers. They don't offer nearly the same benefits. It's a hospital indemnity plan, critical illness, and accident, all built into one policy. I only need 2 people enrolling. One has to be an employee. The other one can be an owner. Once again, you can make this a fully voluntary product. Easy enrollment. We didn't talk about that. These Emeritus plans and PCS has the easiest enrollments that I ever deal with any carrier. Super easy to enroll in as well. And that's a huge, big deal for my small businesses. They don't have time to deal with a lot of paperwork and a lot of back and forth with the carriers. It's just simple paperwork. We fill it out. You get your approval within like 10 to 15 days. It's that easy. So we have these unique product lines, easy underwriting, easy applications, great rates that makes us super unique. And once people understand all that, they get really excited about all the different lines of products that we can help them out with.
So we can really feel your enthusiasm for your role and for these products and the service that you help provide members. How do you stay inspired and enthusiastic about your role?
Well, that's a good question. It's honestly, I believe in our product line. I love CBC. I get excited coming into work every day. I love my job. Therefore, it's easy to stay excited about our product lines. I really enjoy our clients. I love talking to them. I meet amazing people. It goes both ways, you guys. I get a lot of stuff from them too. I love talking to them. I become friends with a lot of my groups. The service that we provide, you always have me as your main go-to. I don't specialize in everything. So we do have different teams to give you the most unique, amazing experience possible. We have dedicated renewal teams, service teams. We have a dedicated team to help make sure your employees get added and terminated. So if there's any problems, we can fix them all for you. We really want to give you a full 100% experience that is positive when you work with us, from beginning with me to the very end with all our different service teams. And I'm always here to help you out. So I don't go anywhere. So you get all of us here. And why I stay pumped up is because I love what I do for a job. I really enjoy this work.
That is awesome.
I
I
can't
mean,
imagine doing anything else.
I feel like we should all be so lucky.
Yeah, I do. I pinch myself every day.
So Ken mentioned at the very beginning that, you've been with us for 20 years. Sounds crazy. When Lisa started, our babies would sleep, take naps on the office floor, right? And now that the baby's turning 30 next month, it's crazy. But why CBC for 20 years? Clearly the market's changed. You've moved. There's things that have happened. But why have we been so lucky to have you for 20 years?
Well, I feel lucky too. Let's piggyback on that. I used to pick up her kids from school too, so I got to watch her kids grow. It's because of the fact that I've known you guys for so long, and I do feel like we're family. It makes, I feel comfortable here. I know if I need to talk to you guys about stuff or anything that I have the support. Um, you don't get that from other companies. If you are stuck with an issue and you don't know who to go to, you either are at hopefully the carrier might answer you at a timely manner, but here I got a whole slew of people here to back me up and help me out. And I love that about our company. And it is very unique to be able to reach out to other people that specializes in different lines of coverage or might know rules that I don't know about. It's just a quick chat away or phone call away to get the answer so I can give the clients the number one customer service that I'm trying to give them at the time of the phone call. That makes us super unique. I just think we're a one of a kind company. Nobody else treats you guys the way you guys treat us here. That is the truth. I love we didn't even talk about this. We have our dream makers where a group of us, if who wants to join, we do different things to help pump us up on life goals. And those things just mean a lot to me. And I enjoy all that. I like how we're a family. I like how we know each other. I like how we all know our kids. We watch all our kids grow up. It just makes us unique. And I know for a fact that's not like out there with most companies.
We love you too. And so happy to have you. And happy to have you on your first podcast with us.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, if this is what the Meet the Colleagues series is about, I cannot think of a better person to join us and to kick this off. Lisa, we love you and appreciate you. And thanks so much for joining us on Boss Moves and Benefits.
Love you guys too. Bring me back anytime.
Great job.
All right, you guys.